Hey guys, welcome into the video. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the top penny stocks for this week. Now always make sure with penny stocks, you're trading these, you're not bag holding them. There's a few penny stocks that we have been holding long term, such as Opti and KNOS. They have been struggling pretty tough. So this gives us a chance to look at penny stocks, learn some lessons. So a big lesson with penny stocks that you should be aware of is just the hot sectors. So there's so many penny stocks that will get pumped very hard because they're in a hot sector. So recently the hot sector was the virus preventative plays. This included UVC lights, air purifiers, which OPTI and KNOS were in those sectors. And right now we got the news about the Russian vaccine. So personally, I do not think this is the actual cure. We've gotten so much news about successful trials that I'm not blinking twice at this news. I don't think this is any different than the rest of them. Even so, there has been some news out about how successful these trials have been and how this vaccine may or may not be successful. So it has been causing fear, a lot of sell-offs in KNOS, OPTI, and a bunch of these other virus plays. So what should we do? Should we be holding these? Should we be selling? Should we be cutting losses? My thoughts on this is I took the opportunity, I think it was on Wednesday, OPTI opened up 15% after they had a PR come out. So on that day, I cut losses quickly when it was up 15%. Now I do not dislike Optec. I do think they should have a big bounce back in the coming days or weeks. Same with KNOS. I'm still holding a big position in Kronos. And the reason because is I'm not going to sell when it's at such a big loss. I'm holding this one still and waiting for a pop. I am expecting to get an aggressive bounce back in these two stocks at some point coming soon because they have sold off so much. They're very oversold, and I think the hot sector will come back of the virus preventative plays once we get news about the Russian vaccine, just how it's going and how it may not be legit. Now that's my personal thesis. So I am holding Kronos. I would like to get back into Optec because like I was saying, this sector has gotten beat down hard after the huge pump up. So we shouldn't be holding these penny stocks longer than a week. That's a lesson that I've learned with no matter how much I like these stocks. You just cannot trust a penny stock. A big lesson with Kronos and OPTI. I've lost a lot of money with those two lately. Now I am still a positive because my cost basis was so low because I bought in early. But we do have to realize you gotta take profits quickly and we do have to cut losses quickly. So that's a lesson that we can all learn from these penny stocks. So just keep that in mind, and the hot sector should come back for the virus preventative plays. But in this video, I'm bringing some new opportunities. There's some virus plays, and there's some other different sectors that I want to go through, and just make sure to not be bag holding these stocks long term, cut losses quickly, and take gains quickly. And I've made the mistake with you guys, bag holding OPTI and Kronos, but I do have some hope that we should see a pop. And same with OPTI, they could have some crazy sales numbers with their iWand. That's my favorite product that they're selling, and that's the competitive advantage that I see in that stock. So chances are with these two stocks, we do see a pop at some point coming soon in my opinion. Alright, let's go through the top penny stocks that I'm watching this week that I see some big opportunities in. So the first penny stock I'm looking at for this week is Muscle Maker Incorporated, ticker symbol GRIL. I see a huge opportunity in this one. They have had some huge news lately. So let's go through the business model, and then we're going to look at some fundamentals for this business. So this company's business model is Muscle Maker. This owns franchises Muscle Maker Grill and Healthy Joe's restaurant, and this has restaurants located in the US and Kuwait. So we can see some of their businesses. They have the burger bar, which is new. If you're looking for a cheat day, of course they got burgers, but also they have some healthy burgers for that option as well, which this is based on health. They have a variety of salads, sandwiches, wraps, and pastas. You can see all the options they have. Also bowls, skinny flatbreads, and smoothies and shakes. So we've seen a ton of successful businesses using these healthy foods. So first off, we got Smoothie King, which makes bank off these smoothies. We got Chipotle, who makes a lot of money off the burritos and stuff like that. We got Subway, who's the grab and go sandwiches. And this company, Muscle Maker, is just pretty much making a quick grab and go food and involving all of these different foods, such as smoothies, those flatbreads, burgers, and sandwiches, salads. So there's a lot of stuff going on with this company, and I could see this as a very successful business model. Let's look at some recent news that has come out about this business. So Muscle Maker Grill began construction at 4 Northern Virginia community colleges, and this came out on August 12th, so this week. So we can see that they started construction at 4 campus locations at Northern Virginia Community College, NOVA. So this is the largest public educational institution in Virginia and the second largest community college in the US. This is composed of more than 70,000 students and 2,600 faculty and staff members, so that potential customer and consumer base is absolutely huge once they complete these locations. So recently they also opened the first of 5 delivery-only ghost kitchens in Chicago. This is in the Chicago market, which is very busy. People love grab-and-go food here, and these businesses are low build-out costs, reduced overhead and waste, and the ability to expand quickly. So this is a genius business model. Locating in Chicago and making the cost super low because they're delivery only. This makes the profit margin just that bigger. And also Chicago is such a busy area They're capitalizing on all the people being here. And also the delivery only business. This is a growing industry. We've seen so many people start ordering Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash, especially during this virus time, and I think this industry will grow more and more in the future. As you look at these delivery businesses' future potential, as people are increasingly too lazy to go out to restaurants, they just like picking it up or having delivered to their home. So also recently, Muscle Maker Grill signs lease to expand at Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center in El Paso. So we know that Texas Tech is a huge university. This company is just capitalizing on these busy, populated areas. And college students, a lot of college students like the grab and go food, and also the fact that there's a healthy option. That is just targeting that big category of people who are looking for healthier options and just the grab and go food. And hey, maybe this could be a supporting factor to reduce the freshman 15 rate. So finally, Muscle Maker Grill pilots expanded burger menu and new concept name, which is going to be called MMG Burger Bar. So we can see the handcrafted burgers. So you can just see how this company is trying to innovate, starting up new businesses, and I just really like where they're going with this company. So before I go into some fundamental analysis of this stock, I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Sal. You can follow him on Twitter right here. He brought this company to my attention, and he also dropped a research thread recently this weekend on GRIL. He's all over this one, so make sure to give him a follow on Twitter for more opportunities like this in the future. So let's look at some fundamental analysis of their Chicago new ghost kitchens that are going to be delivery only. So in that, Chicago is one of the busiest areas. They have a huge workforce of 5 million people. So let's target just 0.5% of this workforce, which I believe is fair. 0.5% of this workforce would be 25,000 people. So let's say 25,000 people per day get a meal from these locations. An average meal from these ghost kitchens are around $10. So multiplying 25,000 people times 10, that is $250,000 per day in revenue. So if we multiply this $25,000 per day times 365 to equal 1 year, this would equal $91.25 million in revenue per year. So think about that for a second. $91.25 million in revenue from these locations targeting 0.5% of this workforce. And the full market cap of this business is $25 million. So $91 million in revenue from these locations is a possibility. Now that could be an overestimate, could be an underestimate. It's just a guess on my part, targeting 0.5% of the Chicago workforce, which is a good amount. If we lower that to 1/2, that would still be a little bit over 45 million per year from these locations, which is still almost double their market cap, which is insane. So next up, let's talk about the community college expansion. So Northern Virginia Community College, this, like I was saying, this is the second largest community college in the US, including almost 73,000 students, and also serving guests at nearby offices. Now let's say that somehow they get to 10% of these students per day. That would be about 7,300 students buying these $10 meals. So that would equal $73,000 in revenue per day. Multiply that by $365 to equal 1 year, and that would be $21.78 million in revenue per year. Also, let's not forget about their business with breakfast, including the smoothies. So let's target 5% of the student population, which would be about 3,600. And let's say breakfast / smoothie / coffee cost each one of these people as an average cost of $5 per day. This would equal about $18,000 in revenue per day, which would be a little bit above $6.5 million per year in revenue just from their breakfast. So totaling all of these predictions together, we could estimate that they get $27 million in revenue just from this campus. So the Texas Tech lead that they have, this is going to be a smaller location. So an estimate that I would have for this one would be about $500,000 per year in revenue, which is more of an expansion and growth opportunity than making money here if they can get more into Texas Tech University. So I think a fair estimate for this one would be $500,000 per year in revenue for this location. So taking all of these estimates together, we could predict around $110 million in revenue per year using all of these locations and growth opportunities. And the market cap right now is $25 million. So the revenue that they have a chance to capture once these locations are completed in the coming years, this could equal $110 million per year. Now the market cap is just $25 million overall, so this is 4 times the market cap if they complete these locations in future years. So just think about the opportunity that they will have if everything goes well, if everything goes through, and if these predictions do come true. If they can target 5 to 10% of people on campus and 0.5% of the Chicago workforce, sky is the limit for this stock from a fundamental perspective. And also looking at the business model, there's just a big trend with people trying to go healthy. I don't think that trend is ever going to stop. And in a way, this company could be a mix between Pie 5, Zoe's Kitchen, Smoothie King, and Chipotle. Think about that, everything combined. Match that up with the grab and go business model. This company could have some crazy growth in the coming years. So that's my thesis on Muscle Maker, ticker symbol GRIL. So the next penny stock we're going to be talking about is Talon Sports International Holdings, ticker symbol CLUB. So this is a very small penny stock, and it was up big on Friday, so be careful not to chase if it pops again on Monday. But this stock in the past has reached highs of $14.85 and currently is trading for a little bit under 70 cents, which is insane, the risk reward potential in this position. So this company owns and operates fitness clubs in New York. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who Talent Sports Holdings is. And my plan on this one is this is a shorter term trade, but I'm looking at this one for a pop because the gyms in New York are expected to open next week, which we could expect big things from this stock once people actually start going to the gyms, once they release any press release of just how well it's going. Now that's certainly a possibility. The stock is down big year to date, but I could expect a 20% gain or so this week from the opening of the New York gyms. I think that is very reasonable. I think that's a reasonable prediction, and I do see an opportunity in this stock from a value perspective. So the next stock I'm going to be talking about is one of the virus preventative plays that came out with a big press release on Friday. So this is TPT Global Tech, ticker symbol TPTW. So the play on this one is they came out with huge news on Friday about a deal with Walmart, which I'll go into in a second, but I'm expecting a gap up on Monday from this stock. Reason because I don't think this information has fully been realized or disseminated in the market yet, because this opportunity is just so massive. This is a stock that could have a ton of momentum and fly for the coming days, but make sure to take profits, because if this does start flying, I do expect a pullback, just being a penny stock. So this is one for a shorter term trade for me, because I don't believe this information is fully disseminated in the market yet. So they released a press release on Friday. So this article states TPT Global Tech subsidiary, TPT MedTech, signs parking lot testing license agreement with Walmart Real Estate to start quick lab operations in Florida and California. So what does this mean? They're going to be setting up outside of Walmart, testing people for the virus, as we know. So this deal with Walmart, they could expand into Walmarts in other states if everything goes well. The upside is huge right here. Now once again, there's so many virus testing stocks that I'm not looking this as a hold. I do plan to sell sometime this week and just take profits very, very quickly. We'll probably take profits on Monday if we do see a gap up, which I'm expecting. The upside is just massive for this tiny little penny stock. So the next stock I'm going to be talking about is Blackstar Enterprise Group, ticker symbol BEGI. So let's look at this stock chart for a second. This is a play on Bitcoin. So in 2018, when we saw Bitcoin get to highs of 20,000, this stock got to over $7. That is absolutely insane, as it's now trading for 6.4 cents. Now think about the pure upside with this position. If this somehow went to $1, that would be over 2,000% gain from here. Now of course I'm not expecting that. Bitcoin was way overhyped in 2018 as these stocks took off along with Bitcoin. Then we saw a huge drop off after it was more realized the real opportunity that was with that one. But like I was saying with penny stocks trade by hot sector and hype. We know that there's so much hype around Bitcoin right now. A stock that I talked about a couple weeks ago, Marathon Patent Group, ticker symbol MARA. This is probably the most hyped blockchain Bitcoin penny stock in the market right now. It's currently trading for $3.87. We saw more than 200% gain recently. This just adds into the fact that Bitcoin is getting super hyped right now. Bitcoin is rising. If Bitcoin could somehow get to 13, 14, 15,000 by the end of the year, these stocks will keep on flying, especially MARA. And I see BEGI as the OTC version of MARA with a little bit more upside and a ton more risk, being an OTC stock, being a lot smaller. But from a pure upside standpoint, if Bitcoin keeps on taking off, this sector keeps on getting hyped, this is one to keep an eye on. Now it was up 140% on Friday, so at this price I would be very careful not to go heavy in this one and probably just wait for a pullback, because when these penny stocks take off, we know that they're always due for a pullback. But this Bitcoin sector is just so hyped right now, I would be looking for a pullback in Bitcoin and in this stock, and then potentially ride the wave for a 500% plus gain. That is definitely not likely, but these Bitcoin stocks do have some crazy amounts of upside, so this is one to watch. And this is one that the market has not really realized yet. We know that the market is all over MARA, like I keep on saying. BEGI is not one that's super popular in the investing community, in the trading community, and if it does get popular, just keep an eye on this one, as we saw it get traction on Friday. And if this stock does start getting traction, we could see some huge gains to come on BEGI. So very high risk, very high reward. So the final penny stock I'm going to talk about this video is one of the most disappointed penny stocks that I've been in a while. This was Tomi Environmental, ticker symbol TOMZ. So they came out with earnings on Thursday morning. So we can see their Q2 EPS is up 2 cents, and the revenue was 10.03 million and 511.6% year over year. Now I know that increase is huge year over year, but that is disappointing, as we were expecting over 1,000% gain year over year, and we were expecting 20 million plus in revenue. But I still really do like the business model. I do think they could get some more deals coming soon. So looking at this price down at $1.06, almost down 50% this week. I do see some huge bounce back potential. I could see this bouncing back to $1.30, $1.40 in that range. So this could be a quick swing trade for this week and just a bounce back oversold play. One to keep an eye on, even if they did underperform estimates heavily from their earnings. So guys, those are the penny stocks that I'm watching this week. Of course, there's so many opportunities in penny stocks right now. there's so many risks and there's so many rewards to be had out there. Make sure to always manage your own risk. And I'm just bringing you guys like 5 penny stocks. There's so many more penny stocks to be found. So make sure to do your own research, go find your own penny stocks. But also guys, make sure to have your mental stop losses in. Make sure not to be bag holding these penny stocks. And always be careful investing in penny stocks, as only put the money in penny stocks that you're okay with losing. If you're putting $1,000 in a penny stock, make sure that you're okay with losing that total of $1,000. So just be careful, they're super risky, and always formulate your own thesis. So guys, let's get ready to make some money this week. If you're interested in joining the private stock group, the link is down below. If you want 2 free stocks on Webull, $5 free on Acorn Investing, those links are down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to the second channel if you haven't already. I'll link the video up above. I did just now start the Robinhood challenge, and we should be getting this going next week. And thank you guys so much for watching. Let's have a big week this week, and let's get rich.